Hi, my name is Jennifer Gilop.
Hi, my name is Nur Shazani binti Jafari.
Hi, my name is Lisa Lorena Chin.
Hi, my name is Umay Shara binti Abdurapi.
Hi everyone, my name is Rushni Perma.
Hi, good day miss. My name is Siti Nur Izati Stephen.
Hi, my name is Koshila S. Wijayaratnam.
Hi, my name is Wilna Pili William.
We are from Group 10.
Would like to present
The findings of our study
Which is waiting line system
During the pandemic,
Challenges and innovation.
For franchise restaurant,
Such as KFC, Pizza Hut, and also McD.
The question that I have learned when I do this project is having a good and create a teamwork. When we do this project, our crewmate give a good cooperation until the end of our project. Even though we don't know who each other before, they are very sporting and supportive. I learn how to communication with someone that we don't know, and until I have a good communication with someone else. The last one is I gain opportunity to work with others as a team toward a goal.
so what I have learned from our finding is that the way to reduce the risk of infection, which is COVID-19, both in stores and in queues outside stores, is by following the SOP, which is social distancing is a major priority to all of us. Other than that, waiting line allow stores to control the number of people within the stores and reduces the number of people waiting in line using a simple virtual waiting line system such as mobile apps like GrabFood, Foodpanda, MoFun, and many more. So by using the mobile apps, a big number of people going outside will decrease. That is the main point of the finding.
From what I have learned from this research is that waiting in lines is a part of our everyday life. Waiting in lines may be due to overcrowded, overfilling, or due to congestion. Anytime there is more customer demand for a service than can be provided, a waiting line forms. So nowadays, it is important for every premises to manage well in their waiting line systems, just so that they can increase the rate of their good customer service.
Through this assignment, I gained a deeper understanding about waiting line models and how it affects our everyday life. Waiting line models are better known as queues or even queuing theories. Understanding this queuing theory can be a tremendous help to businesses to reduce waiting times, especially with this COVID-19 situation right now. The number of customers in the store at a time is unquestionably limited. Thus, these waiting line models lend a hand to businesses, hence give each and every customer a better waiting experience.
What I have learned from this project is the reason some companies set up visual and physical waiting lines and explore the different ways that those lines affect customers. The goals of this system is to minimize the sum of two costs, which is customer waiting cost and service capacity cost.
According to assignment given, I learned about waiting line system in these three different restaurants. A waiting line system, also known as a queue system, is exactly what it sounds like. The importance of waiting line system, it deals with issue of treatment of customers in sense reduced wait time and improvement of service. The waiting line system crystal clearly implement the idea of first come, first serve. According to the current issue, all customers have followed the standard operating procedure when they are buying foods. For example, the restaurant has limits the number of customers in one time.
For me, in this assignment, I've learned the importance of managing the waiting line system in a business, especially during this pandemic. Good management of waiting line system can improve the quality of service in a business because customers will feel comfortable while waiting to be served. Besides that, from this assignment, I've learned that there are some characteristics of waiting line system. The first one is the arrival or entries in the system. Second, the queue discipline or the queue itself. And the third one is the service facility.
Okay, now I will present about comparison of waiting line KFC. Okay, for the first one, number of arrival customer per period. For KFC, they have 7 customer per hour. This is show that KFC have a second highest customer per hour after McDonald's. Okay, the second one is number of customer that can be served per period. For KFC, one customer can be served in 4 minutes. So the total of customer that can be served in 1 hour is 15. This data show that KFC is the second highest customer can be served in 1 hour after McDonald's. Next question is how much time customers spend in system. For customer of KFC, they spend 8 minutes in a system. This data show that KFC take a short time to prepare the food. The last question is how much customers spend to waiting in the queue. Customer did not waiting for the queue because they don't have a customer. So the customer is the first one who get in the KFC. So the total of waiting and spend in the system is 8 minutes.
Now I will talk about the similarities and differences in the waiting line system in Pizza Hut compared to McD and also KFC. Firstly, let's talk about the similarities. Pizza Hut was visited on the weekdays, which is similar to McDonald's. Next, the time to place an order was the same as the time of walk-in, which is 12 p.m, similar to KFC, which was 8 p.m. Besides that, the service counter queue waiting time were almost similar to the other restaurants. Pizza Hut was 5 minutes, KFC was 4 minutes, and McD was 3 minutes. Furthermore, the number of customers in the outlet before it was my turn to be served was 0, same as KFC. Moving on to the differences in the waiting line system in terms of Pizza Hut. Firstly, the number of customers per time period is 0 customers per hour per arrival, compared to KFC, which had 7 customers for 1 hour per arrival, and McD, which had 12 customers for 1 hour per arrival. Next up, in Pizza Hut, 1 customer was served in 5 minutes, so that 12 customers per hour can be served. Pizza Hut took the longest time to serve a customer compared to KFC, which served a customer in 4 minutes, and McD, which served a customer in 3 minutes. Moreover, the time as customer spends in the system was 20 minutes, which is the longest time taken, whereas the customers in McD only took 17 minutes and the customers in KFC took only 8 minutes. Finally, the time taken in Pizza Hut for a customer waiting in the queue was 5 minutes. This was the shortest time compared to KFC, where customers spent 8 minutes waiting in the line, and McD, where customers spent 10 minutes waiting in the line. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now I'm going to talk about the similarities and differences in waiting line system in McDonald's compared to KFC and Pizza. First, talk about the similarity. Time taken for the service counter is almost similar with the other 2 outlets, which is KFC taken 4 minutes, Pizza Hut taken 5 minutes, and McDonald's taken 3 minutes. Besides that, Pizza Hut and McDonald's are visited on weekdays. Next, the number of counter opened was 1, which is same with Pizza Hut. Now, moving to the differences in waiting line system of McDonald's. Firstly, number of customers in the waiting line system, which is 6 customers was served, compared to KFC and Pizza, which is 0 customers. Second, number of arrivals per period is 12 customers per 60 minutes, which is high compared to KFC, which is 7 customers, and Pizza Hut, which is 0 customers.
And now I will be explaining about the challenges issue of the waiting line system that adopted by the 3 outlets that we went before. So the first one is longer procedure into entering premises affect the duration of time when people is waiting in line. As everyone knows, before entering any outlet, we need to check our temperature and write our information on the book or scan the QR code that the outlet has provided, and also sanitize our hand. If our temperature is below 36.0 Celsius and higher than 37.5 Celsius, we are considered to have flu or fever, and we cannot enter the outlet if our temperature is lower or higher than the ideal body temperature. Other than that, limited number of co-workers affect the rate of satisfactory of customer service are also one of the challenges issue of waiting line system. I believe that among these 3 outlets that we went, most of the workers are fired due to lack of income and profit for the company when the first outbreak of virus happened. This is because the company want to cut down expenses such as employees' salary. Thus, this leads to the amount of time in preparing beverages or food increases. Moreover, waiting line system for delivery that people order online can also causing the time taken for the worker preparing the food for the customer inside the outlet become longer.
Next, the challenges, issues of the waiting line system adopted by the 3 outlets during pandemic is the lack of consulting customer in waiting line system decreases the rate of customer service. The numbers of workers being fired increases due to the lack of income, and when the amount of workers is not enough, the time taken for them to go consult any customer becomes longer. It is not only that, sometimes they do not have enough hands to do all the works at once, like taking order on the counter, preparing beverages and foods, cleaning the tables, and many more. Thus, the waiting line for the customer becomes longer. There will always be a customer that will act rude if they just think of themselves. This waiting line system affecting the business as a whole during this pandemic by getting more order online than a face-to-face transaction with customer. When the order that any outlet get more in online applications such as Foodpanda, GrabFood, and other online food delivery application. They will spend more time preparing for the food that was ordered online than preparing and consulting the customer that come to the outlet to eat. This leads to the number of customers eating inside the outlet decrease, and they tend to order food in online application more often. Adopting new norm has affected the number of its customers and the outlet's capacity due to the pandemic outbreak. We can see that the amount of people want to eat outside becomes less and less as time goes by. This was all due to the people are too scared to go out and eat outside. Most of the people only buy groceries and cook at home. Moreover, the numbers of chairs and tables is decreasing in all outlets because of the standard operation procedures that needs to be followed. The chairs and tables were moved further so that people are not too close with each other when they are in the outlet. Moreover, we can also see that a lot of outlet is closing down, and most of it was already closed for good when the pandemic happened due to number of customers drastically went down. The amount of profit that they get was not as promising as before, and they decided to close their outlets.
How this project can be applied elsewhere? For example, LL Bean faced several problems. It was the peak selling season, and the service level to incoming calls was simply unacceptable. Widely known as a high-quality outdoor goods retailer, about 65% of LL Bean sales volume is generated through telephone orders. Here is how bad the situation was. During certain periods, 80% of the call received a busy signal, and those who did not often had to wait up to 10 minutes before speaking with a sales agent. LL Bean estimated it lost $10 million in profit because of the way it allocated telemedicating resources. Keep customers waiting in line on the phone was costing $25,000 per day. On exceptionally busy days, the total orders lost because of queuing problems approached $500,000 in gross revenue. Developing queuing models similar to those present here, LL Bean was able to set the number of phone lines and the number of agents to have on duty for each half hour of every day of the season. Within a year, use of the model result in 24% more calls answered, 17 more orders taken, and 16 more revenues. Developing queuing models similar to those presented here. LL Bean was able to set the number of phone lines and the number of agents to have on duty for each half hour of every day of the season. Within a year, use of the model result in 24% more calls answered, 17 more orders taken, and 16 more revenues. The new system also means 81% fewer abandoned callers and 84% faster answering time. The percent of callers spending less than 20 seconds in the queue increased from 25% to 77%. Needless to say, queuing theory changed the way LL Bean thought about telecommunication.
How this project can be applied in elsewhere. This project can be applied in hospital. For example, in hospital, there are waiting line system applied. Before we meet the doctor, we have to register in registration counter. After that, we can get the numbers. While waiting for our turn, we are sitting for a few minutes. After meet the doctor, we are waiting again for taking a medicine. Basically, we have to pick numbers and waiting until our turn.
Generally, the waiting line system can be used anyway as appropriate. This is because improving customer service with queue management system is a surefire way to success as a business. For example, once they transform the worst part of the customer journey, the queues, waiting, and the idleness can be solved. Likely, the first-time visitor will quickly turn into long-time customer. That's all from us. That is Group 10. Thank you for watching and have a good day.